Good evening and welcome everybody. I am Phoenix61. Tonight we are playing the Shimakaze, everyone's favorite destroyer to hate. It is one of the ships that I play as the most though, so let's have some fun. Yeah. Got the new fancy shader, fancy camouflage on it that posts how many kills you have on the front. So I'm always like gonna complain that I hate starting in the middle on every single map, no matter what ship type I have. But the destroyer, being a destroyer, starting in the middle is, you know, sort of the least, the least one that I'll complain about, because I can go in and try and cap the zone, and if I get into trouble, you can typically run away and get unspotted fairly easily by using engine boost and smoke screen and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, so we'll go see if we can't start getting a cap on one of these. Right now I'm still kind of trying to decide if I want to go to B or C yet.
Enemy force detected.
I know a lot of the battleships are typically going to kind of angle away from B, the battleships on their team, so being at C or A, you'll get a little bit of an advantage there. But yeah, since I saw activity on this side right away, okay, I know I've got a guarantee that ships are at least moving this direction, so I start heading in this direction. Plus we got another destroyer over here, so since he's setting up a smoke screen, I won't have to consume one of mine. At least not right away here. I do think he's being a little aggressive by like kind of still pointing himself in towards the zone. At this point I would be backing up and trying to set up an escape plan, just because we did see a destroyer. Or, I'm sorry, cruiser coming into the zone C as well. So since I dumped everything, I'm going to just kind of use the time that my torpedoes are reloading to kind of reposition myself. Like, it's very obvious there's I have an allied destroyer there, there, and he's hanging out in the smoke screen. So at the same time, like, the smoke screen's awesome, but occasionally you'll get people that dump their torpedoes into a smoke screen just because they see the smoke screen. So if you're not, if you're in a smoke screen, you don't want to be broadside to the enemy, because then it'll make it real tough to dodge any incoming torpedo. So I like to angle myself either in or away, depending on like the situation. If I think I'm gonna have to run away, I try and point myself away. Alright, this Kabarvazusk is gonna get stuck there. Yes, he is. So I'm terrible at pronouncing ship names, so I just kind of make it up as I go. And man, I wish I had saved one rack of torpedoes. Like, that was my mistake. It's definitely a good idea to, like, use some, use them when you got them, but have one in reserve. Have one hanging back. Because yeah, now see, I was too late. Like, now I sent torpedoes in there, and now he's dead. If I had saved one, I might have gotten that kill. Now things look a little less threatening to me, so I'm moving in towards the zone to see if we can help get the capital. I'm a little disappointed our destroyer has lost a bunch of health already. Yeah, still more activity on this side than there is over by A, so I'm kind of happy with my life choices at the moment. That always changes quickly. Worcester, that'd be one that I'd like to get rid of. I'm kind of trying to stay far away from him. I think that maybe they've got radar. I'm kind of bad at memorizing all of the capabilities of every single ship in this game, since there's so many. But either way, if he spots me, he can get me pretty quick with how many sheer guns he has. And Conquer and Montana. There's so much damage to be done just between those two ships out there. Look at that, we're gonna get something. We're gonna get something, Conqueror. And man, he's like broadside to probably a few of our, our friendly players, so I'm surprised he's not getting hit harder than he is. So I'm trying to figure out what this Worcester's game plan is. I feel like he hasn't even been shooting a lot. Of course, now he starts shooting. he's gonna hang out over there, I'm just gonna shoot more torpedoes on each side of this island. I mean, Shimakaze torpedoes just brutal damage-wise, like 43,000 damage. I only have 2 torpedo hits. I do have the commander out, you know, kind of outfitted for reload speed and more like damage. So any opportunity to have my torpedoes increase in damage, I'm using those types of perks on the commander. Man, Worcester, like, I'm so close to getting spotted here, so I'm pulling away. But like, man, if he had radar or sonar going, like he might pick me up. Radar for sure. Gonna get a hit on him? Come on, baby. There we go. And a flood. Yes. So if I hit him again, and he doesn't have damage gun, which he shouldn't, that's gonna end him. The flood on that second torpedo hit is gonna end him. Yep, there. He's done. There's no way he's surviving that now. So he's not, you know, I'm like looking at him, but like it's not worth shooting him because you get spotted. You know, he's gonna die. Don't get yourself spotted. There he goes. Montana, man, I was kind of like, I should have anticipated this Montana slowing down. Like that was kind of dumb of me to fire. But I mean, he was cruising at first there. But yeah, it was kind of dumb of me to fire that far in front of him. I should have either switched to like the wide torpedo angle or, you know, fired a little bit short from where it was recommending I shoot. So this is like situation 2, like now there's nobody else in range of me, so it's like do I try and like shoot some bullets at the last second here to try and like jack the kill. It almost worked. I almost got away with that. I hate when people do it to me, but like I've actually gotten messages where people are like, sorry I stole that kill. I'm like, dude, I do the same thing. Reaching for that Kraken. This Yamato, like, he's already dead too. But it's kind of like I might as well shoot a second rack here, just because look at what's even in range. But I'm glad I didn't, because now he's dead. But like, yeah, by the time I get in range of these other guys to even shoot torpedoes, like they would have been reloaded by then anyway. So I turned my last engine boost on just to try and get myself back into the battle. Typically with destroyers, I like to save engine boosts. I know a lot of people like, you know, especially on the lower tiers. I mean, man, people love to just use the engine boost right away to kind of race to the zone, try and get the cap on the zone. And getting caps on the zones is big for getting XP and helping you make credits in the game and stuff like that. But I like to save one for like running away. Like if I'm, you know, like survival is key. Like I feel like so many people don't realize that just staying alive so that you can continue to fight in the battle, it makes a huge difference. And sometimes people just gung-ho it in and I'm gonna do as much damage as I can while I'm alive, and then, well, now you're dead. Now you can't do any more damage, and I can because I'm still alive. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'll use my engine boost for kind of either a runaway as like a defensive, or if I get a zone cap, then to like move to the next zone, get there quicker, I'll use the engine boost for that too. But this scenario makes a lot of sense too, try and get myself back in the fight, as otherwise I'm going to be spending the rest of the game driving around, and ships and their team are going down like crazy here. So kind of that same mindset. I'm kind of planning on dumping 2 racks and then seeing what happens. But nah, Worcester's moving away.
Engine boost deactivated.
So I haven't done a video on the Shimakaze yet, so I kind of wanted to get one in here, but this is kind of a little bit of an underwhelming game. Especially if we're only going to get this 1 kill. Not even bothering with trying to cap zone A, because by the time I get there, whoever's in there is going to have it done. Just out of gun range. It's another Shimakaze. So I'm going to guess he's going to get our battleship here.
All stations retreat. Affirmative.
Oh, he missed him. The whole rack missed him. And he's close, too. Impressive. Some good dodging. I think, like, the key with, like, battleships, and this is, you know, what happens to me when I'm playing as a destroyer, but, like, battleship, like, smart players anticipate where a destroyer is going to be, even if they're not spotted. And then, you know, if you know a destroyer's there and in range, and especially if you know he's paying attention to you, like, change your direction or change your speed here and there so that, you know, it throws them off and it throws off those torpedoes, because they take a while to get to you, so that's probably what this battleship did. Also point towards them too, if you really, to kind of simplify things, you know, you make yourself a smaller target by not being broadside.
Smoke generator started.
Yeah, this battleship's doing an awesome job of dodging torpedoes. Nice job.
Our victory is in sight.
I just kind of like wanted to use my smoke screen for 0 reasons. I suppose if someone was coming up behind me, then we got one of our cruisers back there. Gives him free reign, it's just nothing matters at this point. And we're gonna have to kill him too, because I mean we don't have to, but otherwise it's gonna take a while for the timer to run out or points to get up there. But yeah, so 4 torpedo hits, 75,000 damage. So I'll try and put up a better game, better recording of another game with Shimakaze. I feel like I do have some good games with this ship.
Affirmative.
But yeah, I've got her outrigged just for, you know, torpedo damage, reload speed, and concealment. That's kind of how I rigged the commander and the ship upgrades. But we can get the spot, so I'm assuming he's kind of going, you know, northwest here. Especially since I got a cruiser, you know, kind of back behind me, off to the east. We just need somebody with like a radar boost. You use your radar, let's light him up. And then, of course, you know, he's going to get every single bullet that's left in the game fired at him. I can assume he's there. So I'm like almost reloaded on, you know, as torpedo racks are getting reloaded, I'm shooting more. And kind of just keeping them split out. I know, like, ultimately it's going to go, if they're spotting, it's going to come down to bullets anyway, so they really have to be luck torpedoes at this point. Alright, he's spotting me, so that means I should spot him in a second here, because I've got concealment. There he is. See if we can steal this kill. We get at least 2 this game? No. Denied. Just need a better shot. Just need a better. Luckily, somebody else's shot was bad too, so my second shot made it happen for us here. It's only 75,000 points or damage done, and that kind of puts us in the middle of the pack. Well, somebody almost got a crack in there, but that makes us some money even on legendary tier. So like I said, yeah, I have some better games with this ship. I'll try and get them recorded and do some commentary, but yeah, I just hadn't done any recordings with the Shimakaze yet, so I wanted to pop one in here for you. If anybody's looking for that ship, it's probably one of the better bureau projects to work on if you're getting started on the bureau. I know a lot of the you know, more amateur players, people I've been playing for a while, have a lot of the bureau projects already done. So here's how I have it outfitted. A lot of people like the, you know, the steering gear and the, you know, the extra like damage protection, but I'm a fan of being able to go fast, quicker. So here's the legendary mods too. If you since the latest update, you can kind of get these going. But here's a good one for me to upgrade since I use this ship so much. But yeah, thanks everybody. I'll put out another video soon. Until next time.